Friends, we are dirtier than we think. In this story, just hours before his death, Jesus spends time with his disciples. In the ultimate display of humility, Jesus, right before he dies, spends his time washing his disciples' feet. This includes Judas. Some of you may know, Judas is the one that betrays Jesus, that led him to the cross. But even Judas, Jesus washes his feet. And some of you may think, oh, of course Judas needs cleansing. Why do I need it? We'll get to that. But even Peter in this text didn't get it. At one point, he rebukes Jesus, he questions Jesus. But Jesus in verse 8 says this, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me." See, since the Garden of Eden, since the fall, since sin entered the world, every single person in this world is in need of cleansing. Now, this is very hard for common people to accept because this society teaches us, our society teaches us that we are good and we're capable of becoming good on our own. But the Bible teaches us a message that is completely contrary to that. The Bible teaches us we are born into sin. We're incapable of cleaning ourselves up. So we need the cleansing of Jesus. Now, in the ancient world, the clearest physical picture of this was the feet. See, feet were the dirtiest part of the body. You know, back then people walked on the roads. There aren't many coverings. So all the dirt and filth that they put, trash they put on the road, that it would carry with them to their homes. And so feet were dirty, and cleaning somebody's feet was so below, so dirty that even the lowest servants weren't tasked to clean somebody's feet. But that's exactly what Jesus does. This is the very thing that Jesus does right before he died. See, not only did he come down from heaven above, but he went lower to do something not even servants were called to do. Now, this is radically different from the way that we function relationally. See, think about how we tend to treat people that we feel like are below us, beneath us. All right? If we're honest, we naturally tend to turn away from people who are unpopular, people who are marginalized, people who are anxious, weak, poor, lowly. It's because to truly enter into their lives, it means that we have to take on their burdens, their mess, their status, and their uncleanliness. So naturally what we do is we surround ourselves with people that help us climb the social ladder or corporate ladders or any type of benefits. We want to be influenced, we want power, we want wealth. We surround ourselves with people who could give us what we feel like we need. Yet that's the opposite of what Jesus does. Jesus gets low. He takes on a task that no servants would do to give us what we desperately need. Friends, the truth is many of us are incredibly insecure. All of us believe that if people truly see who we really are, they will reject us. If people see the dirt that's really inside our hearts, they won't accept me. So what we try to do is we try to appear clean. We try to cover ourselves with different things, with power, success, wealth, clothes, many different ways. We try to cover up the dirtiness of our soul. But here's the problem. We spend so much time trying to appear clean, but what we need is to be clean. What we need is a cleansing that could only come from Jesus Christ himself. Friends, true security is not found in obtaining power. It's actually laying it down. In this text, Jesus laid down his garment and he kneels down and he washes the feet of his disciples. Look at Jesus, friends. He did not come down from heaven above to be born in a palace. He was born in a manger. He is king who deserved to be served, but he came to serve. Rather than waiting for us to clean ourselves up, he came down to us. He got low so that when we come to him, he can clean us. Friends, I love the way that this chapter begins. Even though Jesus knew he was about to suffer and die, verse 1 says he loved his disciples to the end. See, you and I are filthier than we could possibly imagine, but we are so much more loved than we could ever dare dream. He loved the disciples so much, he knelt down to wash the very feet that were going to run away from him that night. Friends, picture Jesus saying this: I love you so much, even though it will cost me my life, I'm willing to pay for it so that you could advance. I'm willing to kneel so that you could be healed. I'm willing to trade my righteousness for your filth. If Jesus could do that for us, we could do that for other people. During this Lent season, my hope is that you will reflect on the beauty of Christ, who would, at the cost of his life, give us salvation that we truly need, a cleansing that we truly need. That should propel us to move towards people who are in need, who are broken, who are poor, who are marginalized. Friends, let us take this time, reflect on the love of Christ, and let us love others as Christ has loved us.